Hello and welcome to this video training series. And in this training series, what we're looking at is we're looking at YouTube. And the biggest reason why we're looking at YouTube is because YouTube is the big behemoth of online video. When compared to everything else online, video is actually the most powerful medium. And the biggest reason for this is because it engages viewers better than blocks of text and just plain audio. Video has a way of capturing emotions in viewers. It's proven that pages with video rank easier. And this isn't just because Google owns YouTube. Any YouTube videos are going to rank higher than actual pages, but it's because the viewer interaction and the viewer engagement in videos is significantly higher than regular websites with no video and just blocks of text or even some audio in there. Viewers prefer video over text, and you're seeing this more and more. Television is such a huge medium, as well as online video. YouTube has 80 million visitors a month, and this is unique. And what that means is that 80 million different people, different households are accessing YouTube per month. This doesn't account for the people who are repeat customers. These are only different people. YouTube is the largest video site, and it is the second most used search engine. And all this is great. All this information is awesome. It's really cool. But what is so much cooler is the tools that YouTube gives you to create videos on their site, host videos on their site, and get organic traffic. And that's just a little bit of what we're going to look at in this training series. YouTube was designed to engage viewers. Video engages a viewer better than any other medium can. And YouTube is continually updating. With the hundreds of billions of people on YouTube, they're always interacting, they're always commenting, they're always uploading new videos. So YouTube is continually updating, it's continually changing. If you go to YouTube 4 times in an hour and you reload that homepage, it's going to be different every single time. There's always new things out there. There's always different things that you saw even 5 seconds ago. And YouTube demands quality content. Now, non-quality content can obviously go viral, things from cell phone videos that aren't very good, but YouTube values quality content, whether that be good quality video, good quality message. YouTube rewards those who put up good quality content. And YouTube gives you another very, very powerful tool. What they enable you to do is they will let you embed your video on YouTube. They will host it for you, and they will enable you to share that video anywhere on the web. So you can use YouTube to host all the videos on your own site, on Facebook, on Twitter. You can share it to all these hundreds of thousands of different places. And YouTube has worked so hard. They do so much research to create an emotional involvement and to create user interaction and user engagement. And so that's a little bit, just a brief tutorial of why YouTube is so powerful. It is very, very powerful, and it gives you a lot of tools. And the best part is it's completely free. So whenever we approach YouTube, YouTube has a whole bunch of different tools. They have just simple hosting, so you can upload your video that you created on your phone or your computer or even a camera, wherever it may be you created your video from. But they also have live tools, so you can actually do live video and host that on YouTube as well. And they also have a video editor. They can create slideshows out of photos. So YouTube is not just one thing. They are a huge powerhouse of online video. So what we're going to do now is we're going to set up our YouTube account. And whenever you go to youtube.com, this is the page that you'll get. Now, YouTube is a part of Google, so whenever you create a new channel, it's going to ask you to create a new email address, a new Gmail address. So what you're going to do is you're going to go to the sign in button here, and you're not actually going to sign in. You're going to create an account up here on the top right. And so what it's going to ask you is it's going to ask you for some random information. So I'm going to fill this in real fast, and I'll meet you at the bottom of the page. So now I have all my information entered on this page. And actually, if you don't have an email address, it gives you the option whenever you input an email address to add a new Gmail account. So you can set up a new email account just for this YouTube channel. If you have an online brand or you're using this to start an online brand, that's a really, really good idea. It'll give you a lot of options. And of course, a Gmail account is free as well. So what you're going to do is you're just going to hit next step here. And if you did set up a new email address, this is the page that you will get. And it actually created a new email address with the username that you selected. So this one is howtovideotest@gmail.com. And then once you're done here, you just want to hit back to YouTube. And this will take you back to YouTube. It'll set up your YouTube page. And it'll ask you a couple of questions, kind of what you like, where your preferences are, things like that. So you can just set whatever you want here. Since I'm going to be using this channel for how-to, I'm going to do how-to and do it yourself. And so then now that I'm back here on YouTube, what I want to do is I want to set up my channel. And so I'm going to tap my email address here. And it gives you an option here. You can use YouTube as the name that you set up from your Google profile, or you can set up a business name or other name. So I'm going to do that, and I'm going to set this up as video how to test. And then I'm going to set my category as other. For most of the videos online, it's going to be applicable for any Google Plus user. But if you are doing things that are not age appropriate for minors or for those under 21, then you're going to want to check these settings. But I'm just going to leave it as any Google Plus user. I'm going to agree to the page terms, and then I'm going to hit done. And then you'll notice here is my channel page. It's going to give you a little walkthrough here, and you'll notice that your name changed up here at the top. So as you walk through this, it's going to show you the different places and the different objects on your page. And as you just keep going through next here, it's going to show you your channel, and then finally it'll be finished. So this is what your page is going to look like. This is actually the admin side. You can view this as public and see what it'll look like eventually. But what you'll want to do is you'll want to come through here and you'll want to add an icon here. And you also want to add some channel art to kind of show what your channel is all about. But now you have the basics, and your YouTube channel is set up and ready to go. It's ready for some uploads. So I'll meet you in the next video. I'm going to customize this a little bit. And then in the next video, we're going to look at ranking, and then we're going to start our upload. So I'll see you in the next video. So as far as ranking off-page and on-page SEO, what we're going to do is I'm going to look at creating an optimal experience for the viewer. And so what we're going to do is I'm going to upload a video here, and this is just going to be a test video just so I can show you, how everything operates and the steps that you need to take as you're uploading these videos. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to upload my video. And before I upload my video, what I want to do is I want to check and make sure that my file name makes sense. So usually whenever you output or create a video, it'll be like, especially on your mobile phone or on a camera, it'll be like move 187764. It'll be a random number like that. So what you want to do is you want to rename your video to a name that makes sense for the video and contains at least one keyword that you're searching for. Now, this isn't completely crucial, but it really helps get your mindset correct for uploading these videos, and it also makes it easier to find on your hard drive later. So what I'm going to do, I have a video example here, and so I'm just going to rename this. And so I've named this HD 1080p, and then it's just kind of a test video. So this is HD 1080p free video test file for download. And so then I'm just going to hit open here, and it's going to upload it. And then what you're going to do is while your video is uploading, you want to look at a couple of different things. The first thing is going to be the title. Now, the title is the first thing that YouTube and your viewers are going to see. This is what is going to show up in the search results. This is also what will create the page title that'll show up across the top bar. It'll also show up in bold right above the video. So you want to make sure you put keywords in your title, but you want it to make sense, and you want to make sure that it describes the video. So this is why I usually recommend creating your title, at least a shorter version of your title, as your video name. So So then whenever you upload it, you'll notice that it automatically used the title from the video. And then what you want to do is you want to create your description. Now your description is the only other text on the video page that you have control over. Everything else, the layout, all that kind of stuff, YouTube takes control of. And what you want to do is you want to put keywords in your description. And what these will do, the reason that this is so powerful is these keywords will show up if they match what a viewer was searching for. They will show up in bold on that user's search area. So for example, if you do video, let's say I do how to create good quality video. If somebody searched for good quality video, then good quality video will show up in bold under their search. So what you want to do is you want to put 300 to 500 words in this description area. This doesn't need to be a transcription of your video. It just needs to be a short and sweet description of the video. So it doesn't need to be a transcription, it needs to be a description. Probably only 20% of the people on YouTube will read this, but this is very, very powerful and important for SEO and for ranking. You can also put links in here, and links are very good. It shows user interaction and it will enable you to ask for interaction after the video, but the link needs to be relevant to what the video is. So if the video again is about rabbits and you have a how to create good video underneath the video, unless the video was an example of bad video, that link doesn't make sense there. So they do allow you to add links, but you want to make sure that these links add to your video. The other thing that you're going to do is you're going to want to put tags in here. Now you want to have at least 10 of these for it to be useful. And the way you put tags in here, you just type in video and then you can hit comma, you can also hit enter. But what you also want to do, you'll notice I put video in there. This is also plural sensitive, singular plural sensitive. So if you put computer or you put video, I recommend putting videos as well. So then if somebody searches for videos, this video will come up as well. These tags must be relevant to your video, and hopefully this is where your research came in, to see what your ideal viewer is and what they're looking for, what they're searching for, because you want to target, and this is the best way to target your ideal viewer, because you're not trying to get everybody searching on YouTube. You're trying to get people searching on YouTube for whatever you have created. So in this instance, it's how to create good quality video. That is who I'm targeting. I don't want to just put in here how to, because that's going to get how to build a bicycle or how to fix a car or how to drill a hole. You don't want all those. What you want is you want specific keywords that make sense to your video and your ideal viewer. And then the other thing that you're going to want to check is you're also going to make sure that it's public so people can publicly search for it. And then you also want to check and make sure that you add this to the correct category. So for example, mine is going to be how to and style, but whatever category best fits your video, that's a category that you're going to want it to go in. Again, remember, you're trying to get your targeted viewer, not just any viewer. And then you're also have an option down here to create a good video thumbnail. And once you create more, had I not just created this account, my other YouTube accounts have an option here where you can upload a thumbnail. So I can create another thumbnail if I don't like any of these three. I can create one, or I can grab a screenshot of it and upload that. The more videos that I put on here, once I get to 3 or 5 or 6 and I start having some viewers on here, YouTube will reward me with this and a couple of other perks. But YouTube wants to make sure that you're a real person and that you are going to be actively involved in YouTube. So this one right here is probably going to be the best thumbnail. You want to grab a thumbnail that grabs the viewer's eyes. So if it's an informational, you want attention, or you want bright colors, contrast, something that sparks the user's interest. And so you also notice here that all changes are saved. If they're not, you can hit this button right here, turns green, you can hit save. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to load up this video page here. And so you can see here that my video title is in bold. It's the big video title. And then you'll also notice that it's the title up here at the top. But another powerful tool that you have with YouTube is what they'll do is they will actually put in here captions. They will scan your video and they will use a voice to text recognition software to add in a transcription and add in this text for people who can't hear. But the other thing that this is what YouTube uses to index your video. The only problem with this is it's not very accurate. It's not very accurate at all. So what I would recommend is either have someone transcribe this for you. You can always do it yourself, or you can have a service online do it. And there's a whole bunch of different services. You can just kind of search for transcription. You can have it done on Fiverr or wherever. Because what YouTube will do is YouTube will use the transcription as keywords. So everything that you say in your video becomes a keyword. This is super, super powerful because think about all the keywords that you have in your video. Every time you talk, every time you use the word video or how to, things like that, all those become keywords and it creates a better search experience for your viewer. And so what you're going to do is you're going to add your captions here and you can transcribe and sync. And if you give it a little while, YouTube will usually do this for you, but that's how you can come in through here and edit it. The other option you have is you can come back to the add captions and you can upload a file. But YouTube makes it super easy for you to be able to create that transcription yourself. All right, so then once you're done with your transcription, you're just going to hit the back button there and it'll take you back to your main page. Now, remember we talked about user engagement, and user engagement is something that you don't have any control over. I have no control over any of these videos over here that YouTube puts up. I have no control over the comments. I have no control over the likes, all that kind of stuff. But what I can do is I can influence it. So what I can do in my video, I can create an annotation, which is just as easy as doing this, hitting the plus button there. I'm just going to hit pause so the video doesn't play. And I load it out almost to the end here. And I'm going to add a new annotation. I'm going to create a speech bubble. If you like this video, please add it to your favorites. And so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to put this right here. And so now you'll see it's kind of like a little timeline editor here. So if I back this up a little bit, you'll see the annotation pop up over the video as it closes out. So you can see that the video as it comes out there, and I'll probably back it up so it stays on the screen a little bit longer. So what you're doing there is you're asking for viewer engagement. And so this enables you to ask your viewers to do something for you, whether it be to add it to your favorites or whether it be to subscribe to your channel, to like the video, to add a comment. Another thing you can do is you can also even ask for video comments. So if you do something in there that warrants a video comment or a video response, YouTube allows your viewers to be able to do that. You can also ask them to share it on social media, and that can create your video to go viral. One thing though, if you do ask for comments, what you want to do is you want to respond to every single comment that somebody puts on here. So that shows that if they have a question or they have a comment, that you're always there and you're always responding to them. If you do ask for a video response and somebody does do it, YouTube sees that as very, very valuable and that your video is very powerful and that the person really liked it to spend the time to do a video response. It's a lot more difficult than, just typing out a text response. And the biggest thing here is that if you don't ask the audience for involvement, if you don't ask them to do something, they won't. 99% of the time, if you don't ask your audience to do something, if you don't ask a viewer to do it, even if they like the video, they won't do it. But if you ask for it, then you exponentially increase the likelihood of the viewer engaging with you, whether that be creating likes, adding it to your favorites, subscribing, all that kind of stuff. All right, so that's on-page SEO with YouTube. So what is off-page SEO with YouTube? What options do you have there? Well, the biggest option you have is you have your channel page. So you can get to your channel page by clicking right here. It's the first link under YouTube. It's your channel name. And then this is your page. You can see I did a little customization here. You'll also notice that it has a timeline of everything that has happened. It'll show you when it was uploaded, a new video was uploaded, when it was uploaded, how many views it has, the description. This is very, very powerful. This is another way, especially if this is a brand name, this is another very, very powerful way that viewers can find you. So as far as what you have control over on this page, what you can control is you can control this icon, which is your icon, and then this image up here, this text, and then the videos that you put up here. You can also share your thoughts and have this kind of scroll through here like Facebook does, kind of like a wall. And then you also have control over the about page here. So you can put a channel description and different links, and you can even feature other channels. But that is all you have control over. So what you want to do is you want to get the most bang for your buck. And the first thing you can do is you can change your images and make those look very nice. My image here looks pretty cool. It's a nice high resolution image, but that doesn't really help you except for your viewers. It doesn't help you in the eyes of YouTube. As long as you have an image here and it looks pretty good, YouTube doesn't really care about that. But one thing that you can do that's very, very powerful is you can use your title. Now, there's 3 different ways of using your title. You can have your real name, so your first and last name there. And YouTube really likes this. YouTube really rewards the people who use their real name there. And it usually means that you don't have a business, you're just doing it for fun. So if it's a hobby or things like that, or you want to brand your name to everything on this channel, if your name is a brand, then it's very, very powerful to put your name there as your channel name. The other option, and this is usually what most people do whenever they have products or services, is you actually put the product or service name as your channel name. So this one, for example, is video how-to, and then test is just there because somebody already had this channel. But video how-to can be a brand. Video how-to is really the third type of video name, which is keyword. And so product or service is kind of like a company name. So if you're branding something as a company name or a book series name or some other sort of product or service that you have created, then branding your YouTube channel after that gives you more credibility. And the third kind, which is what my title is a keyword specific name. So this is kind of a YouTube channel that's specifically designed for a certain niche. Now you can have a whole bunch of different YouTube channels and they're all under different niches. So this one will only have video how-to kind of stuff. And that's super, super powerful, especially if your company has a whole bunch of different niches that it operates in, or if you have a whole bunch of different areas of expertise. For example, if you work on computers and you do video production stuff, and then you do voice training tutorials, all of those aren't going to fit under the same niche. You're going to have viewers that get confused. So if you create 3 separate channels for each of those different niches, that is super, super powerful, and it's going to target the people who want to see the content. If somebody goes to your page for video stuff and they see a whole bunch of stuff on there on how to fix computers, they're going to back away before they even find a good video about how to create good video. The other option as far as off-page SEO and distribution is you can put these on all sorts of other different pages, and you can share this page on social media. You can do just about anything with this page link that you want. But what you want to keep in mind though is you want these videos to be on pages that make sense, that are relevant to what this video talks about. So again, if you're looking at a video that talks all about the different species of rabbits and you put that on a deer page, it's not going to make any sense, and it's going to confuse both the website visitors, YouTube, Google, And any potential viewers of that video on that page is just going to confuse them. And that's in turn is going to make your video ranking lower on YouTube and Google. So what you want to do is, just like everything else, just like your keywords, just like everything we've talked about, is you want to create an environment where your viewer can find your videos easily. And so you want to find relevant content for them. And then you want to put that content out in ways and places where they're looking and where they could easily find these. Your other option is to share this on social media, which can include Facebook and Twitter and Pinterest and all these different social media. You can always add it to Google Plus, which is integrated into YouTube and Google. And that gives you a very, very powerful medium to share your videos on. But again, if you have a certain brand, for example, Video How To, you probably want a separate Facebook page and Twitter page, and you're going to have a separate Google Plus account for this certain brand. Because again, it goes back to, if you share 3 different niches under the same name, same Facebook and Twitter name, then your followers and your viewers are going to get confused. So you just want to make sure that there's no doubt in anybody's mind where the video applies to and how it makes sense. You just want to make sure that you don't confuse potential viewers by making sure that all the content is relevant. And this is going to help you rank higher on Google. And if you don't do that, if you confuse your viewer, then your viewer will be confused. They will back out of the page. They'll stop watching the video. And in turn, your Google and YouTube ranking will go down. Now, the other thing you want to keep in mind, and this is just a side note whenever you're sharing all these videos, you want to make sure that you get the raw YouTube link. And this is what the raw YouTube link will look like. If not, what will end up happening is it'll have an ampersand here, which is the and sign, an ampersand. And then, like, for example, this is feature equals YouTube. What this is everything behind this ampersand is garbage. It's whatever YouTube or Google uses to track where links come from and where they go to. So whenever you're sharing this, you want to make sure you're sharing the naked link without an ampersand or anything else on here. So that is Google on-page and off-page SEO and how to be successful with creating content on YouTube. So again, I want to reiterate, the biggest takeaway is when you do what YouTube wants, YouTube rewards you. And so what we're going to do in the next video is we're going to look at YouTube ads and how to make money monetizing on YouTube. So I'll see you there. All right, hello and welcome back to this YouTube video series. And what we're looking at in this video is we're looking at how to make money on YouTube. So now we've looked at creating our channel and getting our video up and getting ranking going and targeting the correct people. So now we want to start making a little bit of money on YouTube. The best way to make money on YouTube is to use Google's AdWords account. And this is the same service that you use for Google search, you'll also use on YouTube. So this is a very, very powerful medium, and it's a great way to make money and promote videos and do things like that. But YouTube gives you a lot of power and a lot of options because YouTube is the 3rd most visited site on the internet. And so to be able to market to YouTube and to be able to sell advertising space on YouTube is super, super powerful. What we're going to do first is we're going to start and create our AdWords account. So what we're going to do is we're going to just do a Google search for Google AdWords. And this is going to create our account here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to hit try AdWords now. And if you want, you can also call and they will set everything up for you. So if you prefer to have everything set up for you, actually their phone service is really, really nice because they walk through and they set up 90% of the process for you. But what we're going to do is we're just going to hit try AdWords now. Going to go ahead and sign in to our Google account. So I'm going to go ahead and sign in and I'll meet you at the bottom of the page. All right, now I have my Google account set up. I have an email address I would already like to use. I have an existing Google account for AdWords. And since I already have a Google account, it makes it super, super easy for me. And so then it's going to ask me for my time zone and currency preferences. And I'm in the United States. I'm actually in Central Time. And so I'm going to use US dollar. Then I'm going to hit continue here. And then it's going to tell me my login email and essentially tell me that I'm good to go. And I just need to sign into my AdWords account and add my billing information. And so here I'm on my AdWords account. It's still loading. I haven't set up my billing. So what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to hit billing here and hit billing preferences. And then it's going to walk you through this account setup. And I do recommend that you do this before you start a campaign, but you can always do it later. It's a little easier to start it now. And this is the same Google AdWords that you'll use for Google searches. So if you do Google searches, it'll look exactly the same because it is the same program. But what I'm going to do to speed everything up is I'm going to go to ads.youtube.com, and that just kind of takes me to the YouTube advertising panel. And I'm just going to hit start advertising on YouTube here. I am signed in to both my AdWords and my YouTube account. It runs all off of the same process. And so now here, I don't have a campaign set up. So now it's automatically prompting me to create a new campaign. And so this is a super simple setup. And it's just setting up the process of getting your video to be promoted or however you're going to use your advertising space. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to do a campaign test. And then this is a budget, and this is a budget per day. YouTube automatically optimizes your budget. So if you set a maximum of $25, that's how much it's going to set per day. Then you also set a length as well. And so I'm just going to set my budget at $15 a day. You can also change some advanced method options. You can do standard, show ads evenly over time, or accelerated. This is going to use your budget as quickly as possible. And so you can target certain areas. Usually I do all countries and territories unless it's something that applies only to the United States or United States and Canada. And then my videos are always English. I don't speak any other language very well, so they're always English. You can always change this later and add other languages. Then you have some advanced settings down here. You can change this schedule. You can have it start on a different day. It's automatically going to start on the day that you create this, but you can have it start on any day. And then I usually put on here an end date. I'm usually only promoting something for 7 days or a month or a week or whatever it may be. So I usually put an end date, but if you put none here, it will continue to use your budget until you come in and manually stop it. So that's why I usually set an end date, just so it doesn't keep going, just in case I forget about it. So that's up to you if you want to add an end date here or not. You can also do ad frequency. You can change your ad rotation here. You can optimize it for views. You can optimize it for conversions, or you can rotate evenly. By default, it's optimized for views, so more people will see it versus more people clicking on it, which is optimized for conversions. And then frequency cap. No cap on impressions, or you can limit this campaign to a certain number of clicks per day to each individual user. And then you can also do it device targeting. So this will show up on mobile devices as well as tablets and desktops, obviously, as well. So you can change, your operating system. You can only do iOS. If your video only pertains to iOS mobile devices, you can have it only show up there. So then once you're done here, you're just going to hit save and continue. It's going to go ahead and save it here. All right, so you're also going to want to change your name here. This is really just for you, just so you know if you have a whole bunch of different campaigns going on, you know which campaign and which targeting group this applies to. So I'm just going to do video test. And then this is bidding here. This is max cost per view. This is how much you're willing to pay per view. So typical is 4 cents to 59 cents. This is just whatever you're willing to pay per view. Now, of course, this isn't what you're going to pay every time, but this is the maximum that you're willing to pay per view. And then you have your target people watching content. You have certain demographic. So if your demographic is mostly female, then this is where you're going to want to select that. So you target your ad so you get the best bang for your buck. Also change my topic here. So I want to change this. I'm going to go with video. And so I'm going to do online video here. I'm going to add that selection. I'm also going to add TV and video. And then I'm going to add photo and video software, file and format codecs. These are just different categories. You, of course, don't have to do this, but These are for different categories so you can target your ads. So again, you get the best bang for your buck. I'm going to do video sharing here, and I'm going to do photo and video services. You'll notice over here also on the other side is it will show you your predicted budget spent between $0 and $15. And for $15, you're going to average 250 to 2,000 views per day. And then your predicted average cost per click is going to be 3 cents. So I put my max up here at 25. But whenever I started messing with the viewing videos about, I kind of tunneled it down. And so I got the cost per click down to 3 cents. So every time somebody clicks on the video, it's going to charge 3 cents to my AdWords account. And then you can also target people who are searching. So you can use target keywords. This is super powerful. This is probably even more powerful than this one right here, but this one's very, very powerful as well. So you can put in your keywords here and you can target people who are searching this. So then whenever they search, this ad comes up in their search area. So then once you're done, you're just going to hit Save Targeting Group. Again, this is where your research is going to come into play, and it's going to help you target the correct demographic for each video and each ad that you put on here, especially if they're in different niches. And so now that we're here, one of the best tools that I've found for making money on YouTube, one of these advanced tactics is to use Google's money. Google AdWords will give you a free $100 certificate for using their online service. You pay $25, they'll pay $75. So usually I find this, I just do a Google search for Google AdWords coupon, and this is the one I'm looking for right here, google.com/ads/AdWords-coupon.html. And this will give you an option to enter in your email address over here, and they'll email it to you later, and you get $75 free credit after you spend $25. So you buy $25 worth of advertising and you get to play around with $75 of free money from Google. So that enables you to test out all these different campaigns and see what works best, see what different videos fit the best and work the best for your bang for your buck. And then you can put your own money in here, and that'll enable you to make even more money. So that's a brief overview of Google AdWords and how to set up your account and how to get a YouTube account rolling. Now, of course, you can also do this for other people. You can actually make money whenever you show ads on, whenever you allow other people to show ads on your page. But Google AdWords is one of the best ways to make money on YouTube. You can use it to promote products, either your own or somebody else's. All right, so now that you have your AdWords account set up and you have your first ad live, what you may want to do is you may want to do the flip side. You may want to earn some money on YouTube. Well, the easiest way to do this, and honestly the best way to do this, is to allow ads on your channel. And so what you'll do is you'll allow other people's ads on your channel. And you have the option to allow ads on each individual video. So you don't have to have ads on each individual video. But if you can outsource some good video, this is a great way to create some extra revenue. So what you're going to do is you're going to come up here to your icon. You're going to hit the drop down menu here, and you're going to go to YouTube settings right there. And it brings you to this overview right here. And then you can see here you have allow advertisements to be played alongside my videos, or do not allow. And by default, it allows advertisements to be played. But what you can do is you can ramp this up by hitting view additional features, and you can enable monetization. So you'll come through here and you'll enable your account, and it'll give you a little bit more information on what types of videos are eligible, what types of videos are not eligible, how much will my videos earn, all that kind of stuff. And you can kind of come through here and read the nitty gritty for yourself. But what you're going to do is you're going to hit enable my account, and you're going to agree to the conditions. And again, you probably want to read the terms and conditions. And then you're going to check all three boxes. Again, make sure you read. This one right here is really important. I will not opt in any content for monetization for which I do not possess sufficient rights. And so especially if you don't own the copyright to that material, you're not going to be able to make money off that. You'll actually get in trouble for trying to make money off of that video. All right, and so once you have completed the setup, it will now have monetized videos here. You can also go to your video manager, and you'll have a new little icon right here that right now is grayed out, but you can actually click on this and it will take you to your video, and you can monetize this video with ads. And then you're going to confirm that you own all elements of this video and that you have sufficient commercial rights. I do not, this is just a test video. I do not have sufficient rights to be able to make money off of this video, so I am not going to allow ads, otherwise I'll get in trouble. And so I'm just going to leave that as is. But if you were able to make money off of a video, and most of the videos that you put on your YouTube channel, you're going to need the copyright to anyway. Again, this is just a test. But for videos that you create that are your own work or that you outsource to, that's another great option, is to outsource videos. Have someone on Fiverr or something like that create short little informational videos, and then you can monetize those videos as long as you own the sufficient rights. And so what we're going to look at in the next video is we're going to look at tracking your audience and using the awesome power of Google Analytics on YouTube to track your audience and see how well your videos are converting. So I'll see you there. All right, hello and welcome back. I wanted to cover with you an advanced tactic of using your YouTube channel, and that is Google Analytics. Now, Google Analytics is an awesome tool, and it was originally created for websites so you could actually track the demographic and all the information that goes along with analytics. So you can look up your top pages, how many hits, where they came from, what search tools, what pages even referred those people to your website. Well, and now Google allows you to interface that in with YouTube, and they actually do that automatically. So if you go to youtube.com/analytics, and I actually had to log into a different account that's been there for a little bit longer, not too much longer, but a little bit longer, just so I can kind of show you what some data looks like. The other one hasn't been live for very long, so it doesn't have a lot of data. But you can see the last 30 days. It shows you the views here. It shows you estimated minutes watched. Here is 6 hours and 12 minutes estimated minutes watched. And then subscribers, zeros. Now there's not much engagement, but this is a relatively new channel as well. And it shows me the top 10 videos by views. And so I can see that one is a lot more popular than the rest of them, and it will show me demographics. So it shows me United States, United Kingdom, Vietnam, Canada, Australia. It'll show me discovery. So it shows me on the YouTube page, on mobile devices, and YouTube others. So this could be like on the Xbox or the PlayStation or different places that don't fit into one of these two categories. You can also see top traffic sources. So mobile apps and direct traffic, referrals from YouTube, and referrals from outside of YouTube. So you can see that they get a lot of organic traffic inside of YouTube. But you have a whole bunch of other different options. You have different views. So you can go back further. You can see it by hour, by day. Google Analytics gives you an awesome idea of how well each one of your videos are doing. And so what it will enable you to do is you can try different things in each different video and see which ones work out best. Or you can try out different description tactics or different links or whatever and see which ones work the best. You can also see where people are watching your video from. And you can see traffic sources, so you can see where they came from. So you can see most of this is YouTube search or YouTube suggested video. A lot of this is direct traffic from people having the direct link or typing in the actual video name. And it'll give you a bar graph here. And so this is very, very powerful as far as knowing what is going on inside your YouTube channel and see which videos work the best and which ones are not doing very good at all. And of course, you can always download this report to your desktop if you'd like to. And so that's a look inside Google Analytics, and this will give you the option and the ability to target your traffic and target your ads more precisely and in turn make your videos go more viral. So I'd like to thank you for watching this YouTube video series, and I'll catch you next time, guys.